Hey everyone, and welcome back to Learn English Naturally. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Emma. We're so excited you're joining us today.
Emma, I have to ask, do you ever feel like some people just say things but don't really mean them?
Absolutely, Ethan. You know what they say, actions speak louder than words. And that's actually our topic for today's episode.
Perfect segue. For our new listeners, we always structure our episodes in 3 parts to help you learn English naturally and effectively. Emma, want to walk them through it?
Of course. First, we'll do some listening practice with a real conversation. Then we'll dive into vocabulary. I'll break down some key words and phrases. And finally, we'll do some shadowing practice where you can speak along with us.
Exactly. And remember, the goal isn't just to understand English, but to actually speak it fluently and naturally. Are you ready to train your brain to speak English with confidence?
Let's dive right in.
All right, everyone. In this first section, Emma and I are going to have a conversation, and I want you to really focus on understanding the meaning, not just individual words, but the whole conversation.
This is how native speakers actually talk, so it's great practice for real-life situations. Are you ready, Ethan?
Let's do it.
You know, I think Jake is sorry for what he did.
He said sorry, but I'm still not sure.
Why not? He looked really sad when he apologized.
Because he always says sorry, but nothing changes.
That's true. He keeps doing the same thing again and again.
Yes, I believe actions speak louder than words.
So you want to see him act better, not just say sorry?
Exactly. If he really cares, he will show it by doing the right thing.
That makes sense. Let's see what he does this week.
Okay, if he changes, then I'll believe him.
How is that, everyone? Could you follow along with our conversation about Jake?
The key here is understanding the situation. We're talking about someone who apologizes but doesn't change their behavior. This is actually a pretty common situation in real life.
Now, let's explore some key vocabulary from that conversation. I'm going to explain a few important words and give you example sentences.
This is one of my favorite parts, Emma. You always make vocabulary so clear and practical.
Thanks, Ethan. Okay, let's start with our main phrase. Actions speak louder than words. This means what someone does is more important than what they say. It's about showing, not just telling. Here's an example. He always promises to help with chores, but he never actually does them. You know what they say, actions speak louder than words.
That's such a useful expression. I bet our listeners hear this all the time in movies and conversations.
Absolutely. Now, let's look at the word act, to do something or behave in a certain way. For example, she says she wants to be healthy, but she doesn't act like it when she eats junk food every day.
And what about care, Emma? That came up in our conversation too.
Great point. Care means to feel concern or interest, to want someone to be happy or safe. Example, she really cares about her friends and always helps them when they're in trouble.
I love how you connect these words to real situations, Emma. It makes them so much easier to remember.
That's the secret. Ethan. And listeners, here's something super important. Repetition is key to becoming fluent in English. Don't just listen to this episode once. Come back to it multiple times.
Now comes the fun part, shadowing practice. This is where you actually get to speak and practice your pronunciation.
Here's how it works. I'll say a line from our conversation, and then you repeat it out loud. Then Ethan will say the next line, and you'll repeat that too.
Don't worry if it feels fast at first. You can always pause the episode or slow it down. The important thing is to practice speaking out loud.
Ready? Let's start with my lines. Remember to speak clearly and naturally. I think Jake is sorry for what he did.
He said sorry, but I'm still not sure.
Why not? He looked really sad.
Because he always says sorry, but nothing changes.
That's true. He keeps doing the same thing again and again.
Yes, I believe actions speak louder than words.
So you want to see him act better, not just say sorry?
Exactly. If he really cares, he will show it by doing the right thing.
That makes sense. Let's see what he does this week.
Okay, if he changes, then I'll believe him.
Fantastic job, everyone. How did that feel?
Shadowing really helps you speak more clearly, naturally, and with confidence. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Great job today, everyone. Remember, the best way to improve your English speaking skills is to practice regularly.
Exactly. Listen to this episode multiple times. The more you repeat, the better you'll speak.
And don't forget to check out our other episodes here on Learn English Naturally. We have tons of lessons to help you speak English with confidence. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment if you found this helpful.
We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to reach out and let us know what topics you'd like us to cover next.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, consistency is key.
Thanks for joining us on Learn English Naturally. Until next time.
Happy learning, everyone!